What's up, y'all? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. Welcome back to the IE Network, and this is the Week 7 recap, Episode 7 of Raising Kanan Book 2. Now, it started off, of course, with Raq. She is now knows that Unique is alive. Unique basically telling her that, her plan didn't work. And Raq is saying, what plan? What are you talking about? Unique is letting her know that he believes that he knows that she tried to take him out with Ronnie. She's saying, you have it all wrong. She tried to keep telling him, you have it all wrong. He says, no, I've never been more right. And he says, I'm taking back everything that you took from me. He lets her know that he put down Andre Barnes. And, anybody that she cares and feels about, he's going to take down, he's destroying. Unique is suffering from MRP, missing rocks pussy. Let's just be honest. Then we have Lulu. He's talking to Amani or Oceee, I think her name is. And she's basically saying, if you want to sleep with other people, you should let me know. Lou's saying it's not like that. With Jess, me and her were just hurting. She's hurting. It was the homegoing service, and it was just something that happened one time thing. She says, I don't want to get my heart broken. Lulu said, I'm not going to break your heart. Amani, I don't trust this Amani or Oceee chick. Either Lou has that Hennessy D pause, or there's something else going on with her, because she's acting like she's Lulu's girlfriend already after one time. Then Raq has a family meeting, lets everybody know what happened, lets everybody know that Unique is alive. Marvin says, are you sure you wasn't sleeping? She said, no, I'm wide awake. And then Kanan says something slick like, oh, you supposed to take care of this, and how come, so Raquel is saying, we got to make sure we stand down. We got to find out what's going on behind, who's behind him. Kanan saying, oh, you want us to stand down. You the boss. You supposed to take care of this, and you never do. Right? He made something like, you're supposed to take care of people under you, which you never do. And Marvin's like, boy, you better watch how you talking to your mother. And she's looking at him like, are you crazy? You're the only reason that you are alive right now is because of me. I always clean up your mess. And anytime you should open your mouth, it should just be say thank you. And then he says something slick, says thank you for screwing it up. She then says, Kanan's grown, when Marvin says he need a belt. She says, Kanan's grown. He said, and then Marvin said, well, what should we do about him then? And she says, maybe try listening. So Jukebox is standing 10 toes behind Kanan. She then walks out, leaves Raq and Marvin there shaking their heads like, man, what are we going to do about these kids? Right? So she goes out after Kanan. Then the next scene, Pernessa's coming home. She's struggling with her groceries. You see she drops her orange. Her orange rolls up the block, right? Or starts rolling up the block. And then Unique picks the orange up. She turns around and almost freaks out like she saw a ghost, right? And then she runs, grabs Unique. She knows now that Unique is alive, jumps in his arms. This was a very nice scene. She's got a lot of love for Unique. It's been 6 months. She thought Unique was dead. And look how to wrap her legs around Unique. That was a nice scene. Now that she knows now Unique is alive. This scene, Raq is telling Lulu, he didn't know before. He telling Lulu that Unique is alive. Lou's saying, well, if he messed with you, if he messed with Raq, but he got to mess with me. And Marvin is happy, saying baby brother is back. So Lulu is ready to put belt to ass. He's ready to come back. Raq says, y'all have to stand down because, we have to find out who's backing Unique. Unique isn't trying to do that right now. We just have to find out. Then the next scene, Unique is talking to Pernessa, and he said, you were right. Raq is a black widow. She tried to put me down. She tried to kill me with Ronnie. Pernessa saying, yeah, there's no doubt that I think she's going to sell you out, but I just don't think it's going to be with Ronnie. And then Unique just flips, gets up. Oh, you know more than me? Oh, you trying to turn against me too? And she's like, no, baby, I'm just saying, she doesn't feel as though Raq's trying that with Ronnie. And he's saying, listen, you don't know better than me. Oh, you trying to betray me too? He says, pack up, because you getting out of here because Southside's about to get real smoky. Then the next scene is Kanan talking to Jukebox, basically telling Jukebox that he's been skimming some money off the top. He's been putting some money aside. He's going to start his own thing. No Rock, no Marvin, like nobody. It's just going to be him. And he wants Juke to be his partner. Jukebox basically says, yeah, I'm going to find out what happened to Fame. And then after that, I have no other plans to continue doing this. So I just want to find out what happened to Famous. In the next scene, his old snapping pops. They done found out, they had to come and tell them. Rock and Marvin told them that Unique's still alive. They said what Unique was saying that he thought Rock was doing. And here goes Pops. Yeah, that sound like some shit you do, Rock. And Rock is like, yeah, except I didn't have nothing to do with it. And she's like, we all in this together. And they said, we in business with Kanan. We in business with you. He said, well, they coming for Kanan too. So our problems is your problems. And Unique pulls up outside the Chinese restaurant with his chinchilla fur on because the Chinese restaurant is losing business. And he look outside. The Chinese man look out. The Oriental guy looks outside and sees Unique them pulled up. And he's like, so this is why we're out of business. And he sees that this is going to be a problem because Unique is standing across the street looking over at him. And as his business is going out the door and across the street to the other spots. Now Stefano is finally sitting with Rock and Marvin, and Stefano is pissed. And he's basically telling Rock, if you had played cute with Quan and had all your ducks in a row, all this stuff wouldn't be happening. Like, now Unique has got somebody from Jersey backing him. He must have somebody, and they want to start a proxy war. So here go Rock after Stefano done put himself on the line for her many times. We ain't going to war with you and nobody. We ain't going to war for you and nobody else. So Stefano says, basically, let me look and find out. Keep your pistols in your pockets. Don't make no moves. I got to find out what's going on. So Stefano is pissed off, and he's ready to be done with Rock and Marvin because he see stuff is about to get smoky out there, and he don't want no smoke. Right? So he knows he's responsible for killing Sal Baselli, and they going to be coming looking for Stefano. Then you got Kanan, Mr. Know-It-All, comes back and sees his chain broken, on the lock broken on his storage unit, and he goes inside and finds out that his money's gone. So Mr. Know-It-All done got his money stolen, and I'm going to assume that it's Oceee. Oceee took that money in either one or two things. Either gave it to Unique, or he took it and skipped town. Because Kanan found out that money is gone. Now Marvin is meeting with Rock. Marvin is basically telling her, we need to make a move on Stefano. How do we know Stefano's not going to get with these dudes from Jersey and cut his own deal and bury us? Rock says, we don't know that. And he said, that's why we got to make a move on him. And then she said, man, that's a big effing move. And he said, well, this is a big effing problem. So he is thinking now, they're thinking about making a move on Stefano of all people, right? Because they're saying that's the best way to go. Now Unique has moved Pernessa out, and they're over in Manhattan. He puts her up in a penthouse and says, you and Jerome stay here. You are not going back. She said, wait a minute, I got to take my mother to the doctor. He said, F your mother. I'll get somebody to take her to the doctor, but you and Jerome are staying here. Y'all are my only weaknesses, and I died once, and I'm not dying again for you, not for Jerome, not for you, not for nobody. And I just hope Pernessa don't have a man, because if he does, Neek is going to murder her. Then you got Marvin gave this gun. He found out that Juke was still messing with his gun. He said, you know what, forget it, just take it. But I want it back later on. And now Rock is in there with the Connect, and she's saying, listen, I need this product. I need this work. And he's saying, there's problems back in my country. It may be a month or so. And then Rock said, I ain't got no month. Nigga, what's wrong with you? Dude, we got to get this product out in the street, because my shit is drying up and Unique is stealing all my business. I don't got a month. I'll be dead in a month if I don't get these products back out here. So Kanan now comes back to the spot, and he's saying, where this little midget Oceee at? And nobody knows where he's at. He said, he hasn't been around. And then Kanan said, oh, so you gonna wait till now to tell me that he hasn't been around? And Jukebox is walking the street. She feeling tough because she got a gun. She got some white boys saying, hey, I like black girls or whatever. Jukebox started to turn around and shoot him, but then she just went on in the club. Then you got stupid B Riller. He done pulled up at the man's house. He gonna rob the dude Lowell from the record label. Now he finds out that there's somebody home, and now he get cold feet. Like, nah, I'm not doing it. So his boys said, all right, you old bitch ass nigga, stay in the car. We'll go do it. So they went in there, and then he saw gunshots. So they done went in there and shot people, right? So now Jukebox is here. She is with the girl. This was the girl in that episode, a couple episodes ago, that offered her a drink. And she said, nah, but now she's feeling comfortable. So she took the girl. They did a little grind dance. And she went back to the bathroom, had the girl top her off, and then said thank you and kept it pushing. Then you got Stefano. He's now sitting down with Marvin, and he's basically telling Marvin, we need to move Raq out because Raq is the flying ointment. She's the one that's keeping everything going, and we need to get somebody more level-headed in, and I think you're the guy for the job. Marvin is like, I ain't down with this divide and conquer BS, and don't ever talk to me like that again about my sister. My sister is the one for the job. So he basically says, you took out Salva Sally, and then Stefano's like, we in this together, Marvin. So now, Lowell is he's not dead. He's popping back up in the studio. Lou tells B Riller he's back, and then what happened was Lowell had his house rented out to someone else. So he ended up killing innocent people. Now Kanan's looking around looking for that midget. He sees his mother giving money to the police. So now all of a sudden his dude thinks that Raq took out Famous. He ain't gonna ask no questions or nothing, but he sees her giving money to these guys. She's gonna take out Famous. Now Unique pops back up on Pop and Snap and Pop. I guess he trying to tell them that he's gonna hit Raq, and he want them to know. They don't give a damn about Raq anyway. And whoever's on the winning team, that's what team these two old heads are gonna go with anyway. So they're saying, do what you gotta do. Now this is at Joyce's house. All three of them sitting around thinking about old times. Raq finally shows up, at the spot of the mother. They don't know how much time she had left. Lou and Marvin's kind of saying, you know what? Maybe we should give her a pass. Maybe she did the best she could. Raq still ain't really down with giving her a pass. But, they're thinking about old times. And, Marvin then tells her, Sal Bocelli is backing, Sal Bocelli's team is backing Unique. She said, yo, where'd you hear that from? He said, Stefano. She said, oh, so that was your ass coming out that fish shop when you said it wasn't. And she said, you've been cutting deals behind my back. You've been doing what? And he said, I don't got to answer to you, Raq. Right? And he said, just go inside and see your mother. You need to see it to be good for you. Then Krystle comes home, and Kanan is hanging out in the dark like Michael Myers. And then she said, what's wrong, baby? And he says, I think I know who killed Fame, my mother. And then the last scene, we have Raquel. Her mother has now convinced her to do it. And Raquel, being the strongest and being the most strong-minded, she took her mother out of her misery. Her mother says, you're my only daughter. This was a very touching and emotional scene. I'm getting choked up as I'm watching it. She said, you're my only daughter. Raq said, you're my only mother. And then this is when the tears were running down her face. It's the first time I've seen Raq cry in all of the episodes. And then she put the needle in the IV, held her mother's hand as Joyce Thomas goes off to sleep. Rest in peace, Joyce Thomas. That scene was tough, man. But someone who's lost their mother, that scene was tough. To put a bow on the whole thing, man, I believe as far as that money is going, I believe Oceee took that money or told Unique where to find the money, right? And then Unique, this is how he got all this stuff. He pulled up in a new white Benz, looks like. He's got a new apartment for Pernessa in Manhattan. He got all this money because he took Kanan's money. That money, I believe Oceee either gave to Unique, and Unique gave him some money to get out of town, or Unique probably just said, you know what, I don't have no more use for you, and he has killed Oceee. So I believe when Kanan's looking for Oceee, he'll probably find him dead. That's my prediction as far as that goes. I also believe that Pernessa is going to flip on Unique when she finds out that Unique went to see Rock before she's seen her. She's gonna say she might even hear him talking in his sleep. Remember, he was talking in his sleep in that first episode, saying, "Tell I love her though." She might even hear him talking in his sleep and say, "You must love Rock. What, did you fall in love with Rock or something like that?" And then, you know, if she happens to find out, God forbid, she may have started talking or gave somebody her number, that also, I have a feeling something like that might happen. Somebody might page her or something. He might say, "Who the F is this?" and find out it's some new dude that she may have just met, going out. She thought that Unique was going, might say, "Oh, we was out here alone. It's just somebody just to spend time with, somebody just to have my back," or whatever. And then Unique might pop up. He might say, "Everybody's betrayed me. You betrayed me too, B." Right? So he might pop up. And like I said, and then the other thing is Jukebox. There's something there's something happening with Jukebox. I believe something happened in the army that's going to come back, and they're going to circle back, because I think the episode when they come back off the break, it says something about Jukebox revisits her past. I believe one of them white dudes, not the dude she's seen, but I believe a white boy in the army may have tried to molest her or assault her or something like that. Right? That's what I believe happened to Juke. As far as the whole thing with Famous goes, I'm still going to have Garcia at the top of my list. I believe they're building this up. I don't believe Rock did it anymore. I believe they're building this up to make you think Rock did it, but Rock really didn't do it. Kanan is just wanting to believe his mother did it. He's not looking into it or anything like that. But I don't believe that Rock killed Famous. I do believe it's either, I got Garcia on my list, I got Marvin second. Right? Garcia first, Marvin second on the list. I don't know who I have as third as of right now. Maybe I'll just put Rock there, just to have somebody there third, or Howard before he went or before he passed, or something like that. So that's what I feel about that. I feel as though Pernessa, if something's going to happen to Pernessa, I don't think she's going to make it through the season. Either Unique is going to kill her, or she's going to get killed in collateral damage. She's going to get killed, down with Neek. And I believe that one of the brothers, probably Marvin, is going to go out episode 10. And, it's going to be once Kanan's going to take Kanan probably to episode 10 to figure everything out and figure out Unique got his money and this, that, and the third. And then there's going to be a war between Unique, Rock, Lou and everybody. I believe Stefano will also get dropped off before episode 10. So that was the episode 7 recap. I gave this episode an 8 out of 10. I think it was really good. We're going to be looking forward to episode 8. We're going to be doing our preview video for that. Y'all let us know down in the comments what was your favorite part about episode 7, and let me know your predictions, your theories about what's going to happen in episodes coming up. Down below in the comments. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. We'll catch you on the next one.